Welcome back. Everyone is here. Maybe Killian can help out. Well, let's listen to this conversation first. Effia, or do you prefer another name now? Effia's fine. What a wide journey we have been on, And not just throughout this last turbulent week. It's been an experience, alright. But we ended up exactly where we should be, I think. Do you agree? Well, in the end, I suppose so. But the journey wasn't easy. No, I'm aware of everything you've been through, and I want you to know that. I always respected you, Effia. I didn't make choices lightly, but if I had to do it all over again, I can't say I'd do anything different. Nor would I, and I respect you too, Olivia. Do you know the story of the wolf, the fox, and the cave? The what? Oh, I do love your stories. I don't know this one, so please tell. I am all ears. Me too. The wolf and the fox were both cold one night. There was only one cave for shelter, and the rain hammered down on the moors. Poor creatures. The wolf took pity on the fox, invited him into the cave. The wolf had friends waiting inside. The wolf pack was in there already, warm, comfortable, and probably sleeping. Sounds dangerous for Mr. Fox? Yes, the fox stammered, but I am not a wolf. I am not like them, and they will not accept me. The wolf told him not to fret. The wolves were asleep, and there would be no danger to a quiet, shy fox. A bold claim. So the fox followed him, and he lay amongst the wolves. And just like his new friend said, it was warm and safe, and the pack slept soundly. The wolf smiled, safe in the knowledge that he had saved his friend, and he too drifted off to sleep. Oh no. Oh Effia, whatever happened next, please don't be a tragedy. In the morning, the wolf awoke, and the fox was gone. In a panic, he pawed at the other wolves. Where's my friend? Where's he? What did you do to him? The big grandfather wolf roared. Which friend? Who did you bring into our cave? The wolf looked around, swallowed, and said meekly, no one, never mind. Is that the end of the story? Whatever happened to the fox? The wolf never found out. He forgot about the fox and got on with his life, because he was not a fox, Olivia. He was a wolf. I see. Thank you for sharing, Effia. That's it? What a story. Alright, so. Killian? And we also max out his friendship. Nice, nice. Alright. Did you know about his new prospects? Really? How are they already moving on so quickly? I've been looking for an age with no luck. Reese is something else, alright? Okay, nothing interesting. Vincent? Let's get you your drink. It's a wonder I'm still not a bestie with him, but we're almost there. Just a little bit more. Alright. There's nothing more suspicious than abandoning the ship right before it sinks. That's an admission of guilt if I ever saw one. Let's not be too hasty. He thinks he did it? Someone with technical knowledge, in other words, Reese, even if they somehow weren't the one to assemble that infernal trinket, surely it was their responsibility to ensure none of this could have happened. Isn't that harsh? They've done nothing to deserve my charity, and they're certainly not going to earn it by glorying at me from across the bar either. Oh, he really doesn't like him. I think that's just a phase. Wow, what's going on with you? Then what do you think of Stavros? By the goodness, if what you're saying is true, it sounds like Mr. Stone reaped exactly what he sowed. And what a fitting end for such a ghoulish man, trying to harm Miss Carmine like that. In my business, we call that poetic justice. So he's also not... he doesn't really care, does he? Okay, let's get your drink first. Okay, what to do? There's something missing. Why can't I find a motive? Oh, Reese. So weird. Lawrence told him? That old fool. No wonder Stavros was so quarrelsome right from the start. And he thought it was because of our history. Suppose it's not important now, is it? After the horrible things he said and did. The fact remains that the dagger took his life and mine. So he must not have acted on this motive. But I'm sure it must have made his final moments all the more unpleasant. So he must not have acted on his motive. Well, we don't know. What? Tell me this isn't your idea of a joke, partner, because I don't find it very funny at all. I'm afraid it isn't. How awful! Are you so really certain? Why would anyone have wanted to harm me? Me? I've never done anything wrong. Well, I suppose there's Carl Malmsteen, the opinion columnist from that rag Theatre Quarterly, and Rena Cornell, but she only has herself to blame for messing about with that little paparazzo. Not me for bringing it up on the show. How was I to know her husband was a regular listener anyway? At least he has taste. The goddess herself was really looking out for me. And is it any wonder, really? Before her ascent, she was burned as a martyr too. She must know exactly what I'm going through. Us girls have to look out for one another. I'm sure she does. Sure. Just have to find something. Oh, I just knew they'd bring that up. Honestly, the ego on that one. Always giving me attitude. With hundreds of pages of script to memorize and multiple costume changes to pull off mid-performance, do they not think I have more important things to be worrying about than their little trinkets? As long as there is a prop in my hand when a scene starts and it finds its way back to the prop table sometime after it ends, that's what matters, isn't it? I don't think they see it that way. Okay, sit down first for the last question. A drink for you. What can we ask F here? Nothing really. Oh man, am I in trouble again? That seems like sound reasoning. Are you playing amateur detective? I'm just curious. Can't blame you for that. But I can blame you for prying into people's private affairs, so don't. Understood. There's nothing really. I have nothing for you. It's not during a normal conversation that I missed something, did I? Some kind of different answer I could have given. Stavros' motive? Suppose that may have tipped him over the edge, yes. Still, one wonders how Stavros ended up in this predicament if he was the one with murder's intent. Last I checked, Olivia wasn't the victim. Can you tell me more about your new prospects? No. Reese's usual poker face cracks as they break into a sudden laugh. A sight so jarringly unusual, it almost takes you off guard. He is a real character. Can't make heads nor tails of this fellow, or what kind of life someone must have led to end up this way, but I must admit I find him strangely diverting. I'm not sure he'd consider that a compliment. He seems fine with Killian. What a weird pair. Respectfully, I couldn't care less about any of this melodrama. Alright. Hey, he's gone. Did you see a prop, maybe? No. Nope. You're saying his own murderous plot backfired on him? Serves him right. That treacherous madman wanted to murder Olivia. Can't believe I nearly saved his life. Not that nearly. Okay, we don't have anything. I see, so Stavros is a suspect too. Certainly an attractive option. How so? Crime where none of our friends and co-workers turned out to be murderers, and the true culprit is neutralized by his own evil scheme. You better make sure it really isn't too good to be true before you go lobbing accusations at a dead man. I will. Once I find a defense for Reese, but he doesn't really have a motive as well, so... He would rather kill Lawrence than... Or he wanted to mess with the play, with his play. It will also disturb him, right? So... Kill one of the star players and then that's good. I have nothing for you. If Olivia was unharmed, then a weapon could not have been introduced before a number in Act 1. I admit, I have not realized that. But that's all you're getting from me. Enough now. So you're saying they set a scheme in motion as soon as they had an alternative lined up? Getting your annoying co-worker killed is one way of burning bridges at work. Hell, who hasn't thought about that? Is everything alright at the office? I get to the bottom of this, bartender. You've done plenty. Not enough. Not enough. That's not a bad deduction, although you've just crumbled up and tossed out days of police work. So anyone confirmed to be at the prop table at any point before the stabbing is... There's no way. Come on, keep on going. What about Eleanor? Can you help me out, please? You really are a sharp one. Seems I made the right choice putting my faith in your powers of deduction. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this changes everything. If Olivia was the intended victim, we're looking for a very different motive. Anyone who has a strong dislike of her is now suspicious. I'm afraid that's not really a short list. Lucky for Miss Carmine, whoever wanted to kill her underestimated her dumb luck. And now an innocent man is dead. That is, if you can still assume Stavros was an innocent man. What a mess. All of our puzzle pieces tossed on the floor. Sorry, Eleanor. Oh, no. This is exactly the kind of excitement I live for, dear. You don't get a breakthrough like this very often. Learn to savor it. Killian's opinion? Mr. Durant's colorful language aside, he does raise an interesting point. Both protagonists are dead by the end of the play. Whoever wanted to kill Stavros on stage was certainly given a convenient scenario to achieve their goal. Nah, nothing. One more action of Olivia. Did you know Stavros was part of the working class? My, how some people change. Stavros is just about the last person to willingly break a sweat. No wonder was so adamant about separating work and private life. He was so adamant about separating work and private life. It's not exactly glamorous, is it? Gee, I thought it was because of... well, never mind. Because of? Or just something in the distant past. It's not important now. Say so. Okay, back. I don't have anything. Maybe Lawrence is the key? Maybe he has still something to tell? Yeah, there's nothing I have that could help me out here. I already connected everything. Just because I can. It doesn't really make any sense. The ones I have here also don't make any sense. Next day. Lawrence appear. Yes. And Björn as well. Okay. Evening. A drink for you. I'm curious what will happen to Lucas and Björn in the next case. Or the one after. Who will die next? But first, let's see how to get about this one. You're saying Stavros planned to kill someone? That's a disturbing thought. I could tell there was darkness in him, but I never would have guessed you'd be capable of that. I hope you're sure of this theory of yours, Bartner. It's no good to speak ill of the dead. speaking ill of the dead is bad form, spreading gossip of them is worse. Yeah. Sit down. Hello, Vincent. Just get your drink and then sit down. At least we are on good terms. Maybe he will die in the last case. Or Hugo will die. Okay, sit down. Lawrence. Alright, let's see. What can I ask still? Motive? No, don't go pinning this on me, bartender. Stavros was as resentful as you are implying. Just some argument or other would have been the straw to break the camel's back. I think that's how. Never mind. It's just something Lawrence said, so I don't really... about the exit stage. What do you think about Killian's opinion? God heavens! The mouth on this scoundrel! Is this the story state of today's youth? Uncultured barbarians, a lot of them. Something ought to be done about it, I'll say. And to think one of the tickets to my premiere was wasted on this boorish lout. So, okay, we have nothing with Lawrence as well. What's going on here? You get your drink and get out. Even though I don't even need to give you your drink. We're already good friends. But I always think maybe he knows something about Reese because they talk, but no. No. Sure, I can definitely confirm Olivia didn't stab herself in the first act. That would have left an impression, alright. That's all you have to add. What are you expecting to hear? I didn't go backstage, did I? Besides, I was busy during the intermission. They had champagne and a little finger food in the lobby. Well, thanks. All back. Yeah, I was wondering why someone as talented as Olivia would ever sign up for a play as awful as this. She probably couldn't say no, as this was important to Lawrence. And look where it got her. Yeah, he's just there, is he? Reese. Come on, don't you have anything? so difficult. I mean, the fact that we don't have any motive for him is pretty... I mean, I guess we haven't found it yet, but how to find it? The Wind has a talented writer, a bit melodramatic for my taste, but they have a real knack for the macabre. One day, one can only hope they'll branch out to more interesting subject matter than romance someday. Like vampires? Excellent suggestion. Do you know who Gale might be? No clue. Can't say it really interests me either. Lawrence would probably know though. The two work really close together. Ah, come on. Say something interesting. Wow, I really have nothing to ask. Branding the victim as a murder suspect is a little macabre for the likes of you. Even in the grave, the man can't escape your accusations. That being said, I suppose I can't really argue with your reasoning. So you agree it's possible? I suppose. Stavros was certainly the sourest apple in the bunch, but he was one of the few that probably respected my work and my time. In this industry, men like that are in short supply. That's unfortunate. Okay, nothing there. Okay. I am in trouble. There are two women working together in the theater who don't wish death on each other, and that's after production. Oh well, that's what some would call besties. So they're actually friends? To my knowledge, yes. Effie has the patience of a saint, if you ask me. I have nothing else for you. I'm in big trouble. I have nothing for you, right? Yeah. Well, I mean... that's quite a tale, like someone out of soap operas on a wireless. I don't know what you're expecting me to say, though. You saw him at work. Do you think he may have known? You're expecting me to tell you whether a man could have planned a murder based on what? Whether he was in a bad mood at work or not? Was he? Well, yes, but he was always a bit sour. Suppose he did look rather tense as of late, but who wouldn't be? Following up our work with long nights of rehearsal, afraid that's all I've got for you. Thanks anyway. Hello, Olivia. Oh, I haven't gotten your drink yet. There you go. I'm pretty sure I missed something. Oh, Killian. He's really quite adorable, isn't he? Painfully uncultured and duller than a book of stamps, of course, but he still spent his last penny on tickets just to see me perform. His parents' penny. Let me tell you, darling, there's nothing quite like the attention of a handsome young fool to make a lady feel young. Wait, from who was this? Oh, okay, from her. Did you see who was at the table? Suspect? You're labeling me as a suspect. What gives you the right We come to you for distraction, for a bit of solace after her horrible ordeal, preferably in liquid form. I'm not here to face your accusations. I'm sorry, that was out of line. Indeed it was. I'm glad you at least have the decency to apologize. Okay. She talked and talked, but I don't really care because we have nothing on you. You believe Stavros may have been a suspect in his own murder? Isn't that a little far-fetched? The culprit wanted to harm you, not Stavros. I suppose so, but this is still Stavros we're talking about. Was he even capable of such a thing? Physically, I mean. I'm sure the man had his talents. He was at least passable co-star, but I can't imagine prop making was one of them. I can. Oh. No, no, no. Stavros, our saboteur. Don't make me laugh. You don't think he would have done it? Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm sure we've all picked up some new skills in the past 10 years. But if it was Stavros doing, he either planned a ridiculous elaborate suicide, or the real culprit played him like a fiddle. Are you sure those are the only options? I don't see what other scenario there could possibly be. It's not like Stavros himself is a suspect. But what are you asking me for anyway? Aren't you chummy with the detective that's always loitering around here? And gone. Absolutely not. We're not close, but Effia is one of the more sane people I know in this line of work, which I realize isn't saying much. Trust me, she isn't the type for this sort of nonsense. He is defending everyone, so he can't be it. Maybe I just didn't see something from the first clues? What an awful tragedy. I really can't imagine any of my staff would do something so diabolical. Are you certain these are the only possible culprits? I'm afraid the facts seem to point in that direction. Oh my. Well, at least Olivia's obviously blameless in this dreadful scenario. So that's one name off the list. No need to thank me. I wasn't about to. And he's leaving. So why is Vincent here again? He has nothing that could be useful. You're not blaming Miss Carmine, are you? Sounds to me like Stavros got exactly what was coming to him. There's no place in the opera world for swine like him. He probably didn't see it that way. No, I don't imagine he did. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you whether he was aware of Olivia's role in his downfall or not. Try the people he worked with. Yeah, already did. Oh, come now. We've all had our moments of forgetfulness. I needn't tell you how many times I've lost my reading glasses only to find them perched on my forehead. Your reading glasses haven't killed anyone. You're being very dramatic, Bartender. Not to mention uncharitable. All because of the word of young Mr. Kenred? Or is it Miss Kenred? It's just Reese, I think. Well, if you ask me, just Reese is trying to deflect blame for what is clearly their own responsibility. Why are you so... mad about Kenred. Miss Carmine is the talent, the star of the show. She has a lot on her shoulders and certainly more important things to be worrying about than a few stage props. If you ask me, Kenred should have stopped squabbling with her and worked on their inflated ego instead. It's clear whose side you're on. My god, he is quite engaged in this. You're saying Stavros wanted to hurt Olivia? If that's true, I'd say he got exactly what he deserved. I can't believe I very nearly saved his life. Sure. Sure you did. I don't really have anything to ask. And there he goes. Blacklisted? Another one of your theories. I thought I told you to leave this to the professionals. Just tell me what you think, please. Killing someone on stage for a career ruined 10 years ago. Even if we disregard the fact that it's a ridiculous crime, considering the people involved, I suppose we can. 10 years is a long time to wait for revenge, unless you're implying he only found out recently. Who would have told him? This might be the first time I've agreed with Killian Durand on anything. I've never gotten the point of melodramatic tragedies like this. That being said, I don't see how this is relevant. Me neither, and that's what's weird about this clue. Unless you're implying they decided to include a real homicide to spice up an underwhelming script. I sure hope not. Oh, they made multiple copies, did they? Because one of the core suspects took them home with her? They told you that. Did they also tell you their grandma's secret cookie recipe while they were at it? A childhood crush, perhaps? What? Why does everyone always tell you everything? Do you have any idea how long I sat opposite them at the police station trying to get anything I could work with? It was like squeezing blood out of a stone, and a damn deadpan expression. If they ever decide to give up on performing arts, I'm sure there's a lucrative poker career in their future. Okay, calm down. She had a spare on her all this time. All of my theories so far rely on a murder weapon being introduced after. No, I'm not encouraging this behavior. I've had enough that a police interrogation didn't get this out of her, but a chat with the bartender did. Okay. I have nothing. We found out nothing. What's going on? What is going on? I'm pretty sure I'm missing a clue. Like last time. Maybe... I need something more about Lawrence, but I have nothing. He was not working together with Stavros, was he? What? Was Reese aiming to kill Olivia, a perpetual thorn in their side, out of revenge for getting them fired? Oh, because this says that Olivia was the... okay. Okay, we got something. Nice. Even though this was really just trying out everything. I hate when it happens. But we got something. So once we ask this, I think we can get a good defense out of someone. Someone will say no, right? Right? Hopefully. And then we got our end result. Well, then we'll see it next time. I'll see you then. Bye bye.